Then the last thing I want to mention is on Valentine's weekend, February 12th and 13th, we have a special guest, Amy Robinson. She's coming with a very wonderful music program, Hallelujah, and she's going to lead services on Friday. And then we have Rabbi Einstein who will be here. He'll be helping with services. And if you ever go to one Torah study in your life, come to one with Rabbi Einstein. He is amazing. He's so smart, talented, and funny. And he'll be doing that on Saturday. So it's a whole Shabbat Unplugged weekend. And there'll be a lunch after the Torah study. You have to RSVP. You can see it on the web. So that's enough of announcements. We're going to start with all the great stuff, the music. I'm going to go back and get them. We'll be out in a moment. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So don't forget, this is a participatory service. I know our Shabbatones are incredible musicians, and we want to listen to them, but along with listening, we can use our voices and sing along. So definitely do that when you have the opportunity. You can always yai lalai. That's never a problem. Those words are too hard to see. And you can always use the prayer book in front of you as well, or if you want to get one back there. All right, so it comes to the time of our service that we bring in the beautiful Shabbat light, and we kindle those lights, and we call to the Bima our congregant of the year, Ellen Sonnenthal, and we call our bat mitzvah, Sasha Zuraf, and her grandma Addie, and her sister Sydney, and her aunt Tanya, Aunt Agneta, and cousins Jordan and Olivia, and her mom Lisa. So yesterday in Sasha's bat mitzvah rehearsal, her before the big day tomorrow, she was turning to the Hatzi Kaddish, and she said, "Oh wait, that's a different Hatzi Kaddish, because there's several Hatzi Kaddishim, Hetze Kaddish. I'll get it there, and that's because it acts as a bookmark throughout the service to teach us that we're in different sections. So in this service, we only have one, and tomorrow morning we only use one, but there are several. So she's going to demonstrate the one we have in this service, and we use it to lead us, to guide us into the next part of our service. We're moving out of Kabbalat Shabbat into the next part of our service.
Yitkara v'yitkara shemei rabba be'alma divrach yurte v'yamlich malchute l'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayete kol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam olam me'omaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shemei dekudasha brichu le'olam mim kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiram v'yama v'meru amen.
We rise again for the Baruch Hu. You guys sounded good on that. I think God heard how awake you are. We read together. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. And responsively, As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth.
You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to learn, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Please rise for Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Please be seated. Maybe for a little longer this time.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. מחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בליתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We read responsively. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot.
Humanly Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to the promised path is through the wilderness.
That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. So this is a very special week. This is Shabbat Shirah. So Shabbat Shirah is the Shabbat of song. So this is definitely my jam Shabbat, okay? And it's the story of us approaching the sea and it parts. So I was at Adelson today and I was asked to do a Kabbalat Shabbat kind of lesson in song. And I said, has anybody ever been to a major body of water and the sea broke in half and you could walk through it? And kids like raised their hands because they were like little dweebs. And I was like, we're going to have to talk about that after because I think that's pretty cool because I don't think this has happened since the time of Moses. And like any of you has it ever happened to? Because I don't think so. It's kind of amazing. It was a miracle. And Miriam was really excited about that. So Moses' sister Miriam was very excited, and she danced and sang because that is a pretty cool reaction, like typical reaction, I would think. I'm pretty excited. I'd probably be jumping up and down. They were free. This was a miracle. This was exciting. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in a minute. But when this was written about in the Torah, the words Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh are written in our Torah. And we find them to be so important that we use them in our liturgy, right here in the service. So there's a story. There's this guy, his name's Nachshon. It's a story. It's in the Midrash. That he got to the water. It hadn't parted yet. And he dove in and said, Mi chamocha, which means, who is like you? Talking to that guy. Who is like you? And the answer is, En kamocha, no one. There's none like you. But who is like you? And putting all of his faith in. Who is like you? And he kind of bobbed out of the water. So the midrash is Mi chamocha, like the water got in his mouth. And he bobbed out of the water, and it was clearer, Mi kamocha. And that's why, because no one can explain why it's Mi chamocha and Mi kamocha. That's a story that maybe we could try to figure it out. And the sea parted. So I've heard the story told both ways, that he said Mi chamocha at the end, like after he got back in the water and said, who is like you, who could do such a miraculous thing? And I've heard the story told that he said it before the sea parted, as if he knew, a premonition that this could happen. So either way, this is a miraculous thing. And Miriam is, and we're going to talk about this in the Torah study tomorrow, Miriam danced and sang. And we have a whole Shabbat that is centered around this Shabbat Shirah, a Shabbat of song, because that is our reaction as a people to rejoice with song. And so I was talking to the Shabbatons and said, there's many synagogues all over the world tonight and tomorrow that will celebrate Shabbat Shirah with special services that are centered around music. We are a unique congregation that has music always. We have the Shabbatons, we have junior cantors, we have choirs, we have beautiful music always. We are very lucky here. We don't just have a cantor, we have so much music. And so we get to have special programming, we get to have these guys, and we're very lucky. So we have Shabbat Shirah with like a usual thing. It's great. And in Beverly Hills, they're having the Zimriah choir tonight. At Sinai Temple in Los Angeles, they're having like a master chorale. In Chicago, it's centered around choir and singing. And tonight we celebrate with our Congregant of the Year, with our new members, with our Shabbatons, with our Bat Mitzvah. We have a lot to sing about. We have a lot to feel free for. So with that, we also say, Mi chamocha, who is like you to give us this blessing, to give us Congregation Ner Tamid, to give us our Judaism to be able to celebrate. And we say thank you, and we dance about it. So, Mi chamocha, who is like you? Are you guys ready? I see some happy dancers ready for me. Magnolia's ready for me. Okay. You guys ready? So I see a lot of our religious school kids, and I see some of my song leaders, and so we learned this new Vishamru recently, and I want to invite everyone in religious school, and I see a song leader. If you want to come up and help us with this, Vishamru, that would be awesome. Spontaneous, yay!
You're not going to share the microphone?
Okay, there are way more of you in religious school. Don't even be shy. Get up here.
Meyer?
Yes.
Meyer?
They're hiding.
you think I'm going to hide, I'm going to grow and look like an adult for a second?
That's what the fake mustache in my pocket is for.
Mr. Katz, the Katzim, Katz is. Just because you got a bar mitzvah, you're still in the religious school. Aren't they cute? Okay, ready? And now we take a moment to turn our hearts inside so we can pray with everything, with our whole intention. And we rise for the Amidah.
Sfatai
Continue in silent personal prayer. If you choose to, you can use the words that are written on the page in the Mishkan Tefillah, pages 170 through 180, or the words within your heart. When you've completed your private prayer, please be seated. Dor vador nagi God lecha. Dor vador we protect this chain from generation to generation. Dor vador these lips will praise your name. Vador, vador, these lips will praise your name. At this time, we think of those who are in the bed of illness that need our prayers. We have so many loved ones, so many people in our lives that are just not feeling so great these days. And we wish them a refuah shlema, a complete healing of the mind, of the body, and of the soul. If there's someone that you are thinking of at this time, please rise and say their names quietly to yourself. We rise in solidarity with all of those who have no one to say Mishaberach for them. And if you're so comfortable, you can put your arm around the person next to you. This Shabbat, as I shared, we joyously celebrate the Song of the Sea, Shabbat Shirah. The Song of the Sea is called Shirat Hayam. We narrowly escaped the Pharaoh and his army and suddenly came face to face with another most certain doom. And suddenly the sea parted in two and we could walk across. Miracles. And we sang. But we forgot one important thing in this story. Yes, there were miracles, and yes, we didn't take them for granted. But we did something. We acted. When we had a chance to be free, we took action and escaped. And when the sea parted, we didn't stare at the sight, we ran across it. We took action. And tonight, we celebrate with song and spoken appreciation a woman who has earned our kavod, our respect, for her action, for receiving the call to help for so many years and stepping up. We also look to our new members and thank all of you for taking action and joining us, for making a statement that your Jewish peoplehood and identity means something, and that this is where you want to make your spiritual home. Wonderful things can happen, but we have to take the first step in their direction. So I would like to call forward one of our Vice Presidents of Membership, Cecilia Schaffler, to make a very important introduction. We are so thankful for her service to our synagogue.
Thank you, Cantor. Good Shabbos, everyone. Congregant of the Year has to be one of the most highest and important honors a congregation can bestow on a member. And I have to tell you, sometimes I think that decision is probably a difficult one, but wow. Thank you. Oh, thank you. But I have to tell you, this year it was unanimous. And so right now I have the pleasure of asking Lonnie to come up and join us. She and Ellen not only have volunteered together for years, but they are also very, very good friends. And so cannot imagine anyone better than Lonnie to do this introduction tonight.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Well, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you this year's Congregant of the Year. Ellen Sonnenthal has been a volunteer for our preschool for the last 6 years. She has faithfully spent 2 days a week assisting our teachers, parents, students, Beth Davis, and me with anything we need. Even when Ellen was confronted with some health issues, she never stopped coming to help, even though sometimes I would yell at her and try to make her leave, go see a doctor. Her dedication and caring is endless. Ellen began as an assistant to me when I had none. When we first opened our doors, it was me and the teachers in the preschool. There was no assistant, I didn't have any help, and Ellen graciously volunteered to come 2 days a week to help me. So if I needed to run to a classroom, there was somebody to answer the phones, somebody to help greet parents. She was literally my right-hand person. And she did the usual volunteer things that volunteers do. She made copies, she answered phones, stuffed envelopes, watched the front desk, delivered messages to classrooms. And even though today she just continues to do all that, Ellen has single-handedly taken on more and more and has made herself indispensable. I just want to give you a brief list of what Ellen does. She fills in for teachers when necessary. She runs errands and shops for the school. I'll sit there at my desk and go, oh, I'm so hungry. What are we getting for lunch today? And Ellen says, I'll go pick something up. And she's out the door. She bakes with our children. For Shabbat, she'll bring them into the kitchen. She buys all the ingredients, never asks for a dime back, and will cook with the children. She utilizes her wonderful hobby of making pottery with our campers over the summer. She makes breakfasts, lunches, dinners for all of our teachers when we have meetings or special occasions. She makes food that we serve at our big fundraiser. She's also our children's librarian, which entails meeting with each individual class, reading them a story, and organizing the taking out and returning of our library books. Here's my biggie. She listens to my phone messages and makes sure that I get back to the important ones. Trust me, that's a doozy. Right now I see 120. She gives stickers to every single child that enters the school. Ellen and her husband Alec make our school DVD for our Little Hands Big Hearts fundraiser, which we'll talk about in a month. Ellen is also active with C&T's Chesed community, never misses one of Rabbi's lunchtime discussions, and physically and financially supports all of our programs. On a personal level, Ellen and Alec are wonderful parents to Dustin and Anna. Anna was also the first person, which really this touches my heart, the first person to invite me to lunch when I moved here. She made me feel welcome and made me believe that C&T, which is true, is a wonderful, welcoming community. She really reached out to me. She cares, she really cares, and she really gives back, not only to me, but to all of us. I would now like to invite up our wonderful volunteer and my friend, Ellen Sonnenthal, to present her with the Congregant of the Year Award and a few other gifts of appreciation, including a beautiful mural made by our preschool students. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to our Congregant of the Year, Ellen Sonnenthal. This is a beautiful plaque. Should we open it?
Sure.
It says, Congregation Ner Tamid, Distinguished Congregant of the Year, 5776, 2015, Ellen Sonnenthal. The world is sustained by three living things: Torah, worship, and loving deeds. And we have a gift from the teachers. Us with some cards. And last but not least, I want to see this hanging over your mantle.
Are they thumbprints? I love it. Are they thumbprints or is it just dots?
This says, Ellen, our appreciation for you and all the things you do grows and grows. We thank and love you. Mazel Tov. The Cantor EC and C&T Religious School. There you go. Mazel Tov.
Thank you. So, I'd like to thank Shabbatones for a wonderful musical service, for the board for honoring me, for Cantor Jessica for leading such a great service in song, Lonnie and Beth for putting up with me all these years, and my husband who's in the back, and my son who isn't here. Without my husband, I would not be in Vegas because it was his job that brought us here. And it was the first time in my adult life that I had moved and not had a job. So your ready-made circle of friends was not there. And instead of like wallowing in pity, which I did for a few weeks, I decided that I was going to go volunteer somewhere and do something that, because this was also the first time that I had retired and I didn't have a lot of things to do. Okay. So we arrived in Las Vegas in 2006 from Austin, Texas, and it was hot. Very, very hot that year. And in Vegas, people don't go outside in the summertime. They stay in, they drive into their garages, close the door, and they go inside. So it was very hard to find out anybody to meet. I tried, but there weren't very many people around. So the first thing I did volunteer for was the HESED committee, which is the caring committee. And their mission was to visit the sick and shut-in members of the congregation. Since then, we've also added a program where twice a year we give out bags of challah during Rosh Hashanah and apples and honey, and then Passover goods at Passover time. And we also do cards for the other major events, Hanukkah, Purim, Passover, and Rosh Hashanah. So, and we've added sending cards to the college students that are away from home as a little bit of congregation near to me that goes with them. It's been a really good experience, and I've met a lot of people. When we deliver the bags, it's always fun to talk to the people that you're giving the bags to, and they were very appreciative. It was just a lot of fun to do that. I'm still doing that, and I enjoy it a lot. And then the next thing I volunteered for was the school. I really think education is very important. It's been fun to meet all of the people that work there, the staff, the teachers, the staff at the synagogue, and also the students and their parents. And it's really fun to get to see the perspective of little kids for new ideas, new things. They walk over to the garden and they pick parsley, and they think they've picked trees, and they come back and they're so excited. It's really very nice. And then, one kid, because I do the library program that Lonnie talked about, and one kid said, "Oh, that book that I wanted, it's back. How did that happen?" And we talked about it before, but I guess it never dawned on him that when you return them, they go back in the place and you can get them again. And you can get somebody else's books. So it was pretty interesting to see that and to get their perspective on life. And, they always have something interesting to say. There's a teacher named Miss Ellen, too. So we are the two Miss Ellens, and I'm the library Miss Ellen. And if you walk into that classroom, they'll say, "Oh, you have to go back in the library. Miss Ellen's already here." So they check out books, they bring them back, and it's really been a really good experience. I've found volunteering to be an amazing way to meet people. This is a special place, and the staff is incredible to work with. It is interesting to see some of the first students from the school now studying for their bar and bat mitzvah, and it's almost impossible because I didn't get that old. I don't know how they did. But it's really refreshing to see that, and it's really nice to make those connections for all those years. Truly, this is a special place to belong to, and I hope other people get involved and do whatever they want to be involved with. Am I leaving all this here, or are you taking it?
To move it over. It's okay, don't worry about it right now. Okay. So we wanted to give you a special blessing, and to do that, Lonnie's going to help me, but I also need the help of all of the new members. So if you were here in the last year, you've joined Congregation Air to Meet, I'd like you to join me on the bima, and we want to honor you as well.
Closer. Welcome.
So come close, because you are part of this blessing as well. And everyone please rise as the ark doors have opened. Give you a special version of the threefold benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
You sustain and nourish us with the sacred wisdom and traditions of our people, teaching Torah to us and to our children. May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav
You work alongside us to bring the light of justice and compassion to God's broken world. May God's face shine upon you, and may God always be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasev lecha shalom.
You bear witness to our lives and accompany us on our journey. You help us elevate our consciousness and search in every hour for God's presence in our lives. For your dedication to our community, may God lift your hearts and grant you wholeness, fulfillment, and peace.
Amen.
Amen.
And so Ellen has become Congregant of the Year with hard work as a congregant. But really, she is steeped in the tradition of Judaism and in our congregation. And you are beginning a journey as a congregant of Ner Tamid, and we welcome you, and we hope that each and every one of you will end up in Ellen. And so, and it's a lot of pressure. But no, in reality, we're so blessed, and we're so honored that you have joined us and would like to take the next step as part of our Jewish community. And so we wanted to say Shehechianu, because we've reached this joyous occasion together. And whether you've come back or you're here for the first time, welcome or welcome back. And we're so happy. So we say together Shehechianu. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh tradition, may the words of Torah be passed to each and every one of you and from your homes to the next. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget about the picture after. Don't forget.
All right, so don't be mad. I'm going to ask you to rise one last time for Aleinu and Kaddish. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tet gedula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishmechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahen, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. All right, if you are not mourning, please be seated. If you are observing a yortzeit, you can stay standing. You will join those observing yortzeits in a moment. At this time, we are thinking of those who have recently been taken from this earth. We remember Sandra Lax, Roz Spara, Edith Bin, Julian Neal Rounds, Jerome Baum, Harriet Jering, Joey Montz Rounds, and Ellen Judith Sheld. And we remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Arthur Abbott, Lester Adler, Sam Barnett, Fanny Berger, Louis Birnbaum, Morton Chase, Florence Cohen, Mildred Cohen, Dallas Ellis, Ken Falk, Edward D. Frank, Marcia Friedmutter, William Gableman, Alan Garbus, Morton Gardner, Alfred Moses Gertzler, Harry Glasser, Jerry Richard Goldstein, Ruth Green, Phyllis Hubbard, Ray Israel, Fred Jensen, David Katzman, Alvin Buddy Levy, Phyllis R. Lazowski, Lucille Madskin, Elizabeth McGinley, Gloria Parker, H. Sam Prezant, Sidney Rogers, Frida Rubenstein, Heather Santer, Stanley Schatz, Miriam Scheinwald, David Schwartz, Frank Schwartz, Philip Weinberg, Nelson Werner, Catherine Zelato. If there are any names that I have not said in Kaddish or Yortzeit that you would like to be said at this time, please say them at this time. You can remain standing.
Jerry Friedman.
And we rise in solidarity for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam l'alnei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudisha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom bimromav, huya say shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Please be seated. So we have someone important that we have to call up. Ryan Barish is going to tell us about his mitzvah project before we go to dinner. And here he comes. And as he's coming up, I'll tell you end of service announcements. So, new members, please stay for a photo before we go off to the oneg or dinner. Those staying for dinner, please exit through the back doors. And there's also an oneg in the lobby for those who are not staying for dinner. And any past congregants of the year, please, I think that note was for please stay for the photo as well. And obviously Ellen is to stay for the photo too. And I want to say thank you. So many people to thank tonight. So David Weinstein, thank you so much for your photos, and we are always grateful. And I want to acknowledge our Bima sitters, and Cecilia and Jackie and Dell and Sasha, our bat mitzvah that technically begins, as all Jewish holidays do, at sundown, and Ellen. And I want to thank our Shabbatones. Each of them should be named appropriately because they are each individually so amazing. So we have Brad and Ira and Glory and Jay and Mike and David and Taylor and Tracy and Eddie, and they are our amazing Shabbatones. 14 years strong and still going. So we are very grateful for them. And did I miss anybody? Oh, well, let's see here. There's just so many people to thank, as always. I want to definitely thank Lonnie for presenting Ellen to the congregation and for helping me with the prayer, and just all of you for being here. So, Ryan. He's so cute with his glasses.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Ryan Barish, and I am becoming a bar mitzvah in May, and am pleased to announce that I have chosen Bunkers in Baghdad as my mitzvah charitable project. I play in many competitive golf tournaments here in Las Vegas and on the West Coast. Because of my dedication to the sport, I have decided to donate all of my used equipment to those who need it most. I chose Bunkers in Baghdad because it donates golf equipment in over 33 countries where our troops are deployed. Bunkers in Baghdad is a tax-exempt 501c3 charity. It is a non-profit charity that collects and sends new and used golf balls, clubs, and equipment to our troops around the world, with a particular focus on the brave men and women currently serving in combat zones. The charity also supplies golf equipment to wounded warriors to aid in the rehabilitation of our injured veterans. In 2008, it started as a simple idea: collect new and used golf balls, clubs, and equipment, and send them to our troops serving in Afghanistan and around the globe. By 2015, the charity has shipped more than 6 million golf balls and over 400,000 golf clubs. I hope you will join them in my mission to provide a slice of home to our troops. I am speaking here as I need everyone's help to make this an amazing mitzvah project. If you could please donate any used golf balls and clubs, or possibly a monetary donation. I will be shipping as many donations as possible. There will be no limit as to what I can collect and ship. Please bring all items to Congregation Ner Tamid no later than May 1st, 2016. The donation box is located in the temple office. To make a monetary donation, please make the checks payable to Bunkers in Baghdad. This donation will help defray the expense of shipping the items from the U.S. to their final destinations. Thank you so much for your time.
So it wasn't in my notes, but I wanted to make sure that I thank a couple other people. So I want to thank Ari, who's filling in for Sam on sound, and also our virtual tefillah was created by Beth, so I want to thank her for that, and everyone that worked on our dinner for tonight and helped with all of the service and everything, so our staff, so Roberta and Lynette, and everyone that helped to make tonight possible. So always, if you see one of our staff members, please thank them because they work very hard. So, how about a closing song to kind of complete our Shabbat experience? Wait, who's point? Oh, we need a Kiddush and Motzi. I knew I'd forget something with the rabbi not here. Okay. Maxine actually didn't let me forget. Thank you, Maxine. Okay. Kiddush is Ellen and all of the new members for 2015. Please join me for Kiddush. Now a final song. Here we go. Dinner through the back doors, no dinner through the regular lobby over there. And photography stay here. Oh, say shalom. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, be'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom